What's up, clones? Welcome back to another episode of your number one film podcast in the world. Your go to place where we explore the movies that thrill us, confuse us, and occasionally suffocate us. Today, we're trapped in a medical pod with memories missing and secrets waiting to be uncovered. We're dissecting Alexandra Aja's mind bending sci fi thriller, all the way from 2021. Oxygen. I saw the movie one day when I'd gone to Metrotown. It was one of the days when I was like pitching all by myself.
You went into theaters and
Watched the movie.
Did you have a deal that day?
Huh? No.
No.
Fuck no. Dude, I was at Metrotown. It was like really weird. There's no like place to like pitch outside. I stood at once right at the exit of the SkyTrain, and then I went and stood right next to the area with the small walkway that leads you next to the bus loop.
Oh,
Then
yeah, the really tight one?
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
I was like, you gotta give me the password. You pass.
Like the bridge troll.
Yeah. And then I went on the back side of it where Walmart is.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
I went
no.
all around.
You didn't do the tiny little place in front of the Starbucks there? There's like a little plaza.
That, yeah,
Open space,
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
Tim and Starbucks
Yeah, that
is.
works.
Yeah, no, then I was like, dude, I'm just gonna go watch a movie. And then I saw like, okay, what movies are on? And then I went and saw Free Guy. Great movie. Loved it so much. My favorite thing about it was just all the small Easter eggs it has of like different other movies.
Yeah, ton of Easter eggs. And I felt like they did a pretty good job like respecting a gamer and like gamer culture in it. Like they got the personality and the script of like the NPC in that world down.
Yeah.
And like that perspective, I think that was pretty well done.
Yeah, it's made by the guy who I think made Deadpool 3.
Not surprised.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Great writer and
Another great movie.
And they were gonna make a second part, I think, with Channing Tatum.
Well, he was in the first one.
Yeah, but they're gonna make it, and the
And
whole
like follow him as the primary.
something
Yeah,
like
could
that. And the whole idea was that it's gonna be a character, and this might be totally wrong. I read it on a Facebook post, so I don't know how accurate those are. I think they're just there to make people like fight each other. But it was about like the whole movie's premise was gonna be that this guy goes to real life, and then it's you following him in real life. But pretty much soon, Barbie came out with the exact same concept.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, so
And I
also,
probably never will.
it's a great movie.
No.
Yeah, Barbie's really.
No.
It's not.
I still can't believe you went and saw that over Oppenheimer.
I think Barbie was more fun than Oppenheimer. Any day I would go watch Barbie again. I never wanna. Zero times in my life have I woken up and been like, you know what I want to do today is watch Oppenheimer. Barbie, I've thought about it.
I've never
more than
woken up
times.
and said I want to watch Oppenheimer, but I've gotten to the end of my night and said I want to watch
Yeah.
Oppenheimer.
No. I
How many
don't-
times have you seen it?
Huh?
How many times have you seen it? Oppenheimer? Yeah.
Oppenheimer once.
You should watch it again.
Yeah.
How many
No,
times have you seen Barbie?
Once. But I think about watching Barbie
Nah.
more than I would think about watching Oppenheimer.
I can't do it. I don't know. I know nothing about the movie still. I saw a couple clips and I just like I couldn't fucking do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's not as good as it's, I guess, made to be. That, oh my god, this is like the most crazy thing
It's a
ever.
fucking Barbie movie. I mean,
Dude.
come on.
It's well done. I would say that it's well done and it's a good time. And for me, is more about entertainment. So definitely has a higher entertainment score than like, I'm gonna make an atomic bomb.
That
I
was a
read Bhagavad
great
Gita.
fucking movie. It's a very different movie. I mean, you can't even compare the two, but you can because they came out on the same fucking weekend, and you went to see Barbie instead.
Yeah.
I don't know, But you know what was a movie I view similarly to Barbie, but I was actually really pleased with when I saw it. I saw it like, I don't know, 4 years after it came out because I kept seeing a couple clips on like YouTube Shorts or something. Was the Lego Movie?
Oh,
Great movie.
everything is
Yeah,
awesome.
it was a great movie. I don't think I saw
Everything
the.
is cool.
Did you watch the sequels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Were they awesome?
Yeah.
Were they
Not-
better?
not
Did you go
as-
with people? Was it better when you were part of a team?
No, I think I saw it by myself still. And it was like one of those, oh, go online and watch it, or like Netflix had it. And I think I saw the first one out of nowhere, and I was like, dude, I have to like watch the second one now. And so then I binged it back to back.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Again, I also Will Ferrell is in the first one too. He's the dad, right? Who's like
Oh, I remember nothing about the movie.
I think he's there too, and then he was in. He always ends up in these like random movies. Towards the end, and he's like, yeah, I'm in this one too.
Yeah, he's one of those few who does like a lot of like character actor roles and like cameos, but he also does like a lot of main roles. Yeah, I almost watched. You've seen The Other Guys?
Yeah,
Him and Mark Wahlberg they
being
were
the cops. Yeah,
yeah.
it's so funny, man.
Yeah. Really funny when it came out. I was thinking I saw a clip of it the other day. I was like, yeah, should I go back and watch it? I don't know. I'm undecided.
Yeah.
What about you? Did you see Cop Out with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan and Sean William Scott, who disappeared from the face of the earth, but I really liked him when he was relevant.
No, I don't think I have Cop Out.
It's like it's really kind of in the same vein of The Other Guys, and it's just as fun to watch. You should watch it. I actually think you would really like it. It's kind of like Other Guys meets Rush Hour.
Oh, nice.
I haven't seen any of these movies in like 5 years, so that might be a really, really poor comparison. But I think that's kind of what it is.
I just binged Rush Hour this year.
Yeah, you mentioned. Well, then I couldn't finish the first. I tried and fell asleep like 3 times.
Yeah, it's I think those movies, yeah, you gotta just like stay awake, I guess.
Well, maybe they should make a better movie that makes me want to stay awake. I don't know. Maybe it was just dated. I really enjoyed the bit that I watched, but I just think the story just didn't grab me.
Dude, there's no story.
Yeah, I know. That's
You
the
don't
problem.
watch
The
those
comedy
movies
was
for a
good.
story, yeah.
Well, it's being driven by a story, so you gotta have a little bit. I don't expect a great story, but enough to enjoy.
Is this Chris Rock? No.
No, it's not.
What's his name? Eddie Murphy?
No, it's not. Brett, stop. You're gonna
I
get
can
yourself
name one
in trouble.
more. I can one more. And if I get it wrong this time, then it's kind of bad.
I don't know his name.
What-
I know
what's his name?
he was in Friday.
Okay. I haven't seen Friday.
Oh, you should see Friday.
Yeah.
I haven't. That's another one I haven't seen in 5-6 years, but I remember it being
Who
a
is-
good movie.
Who is with Jackie Chan in Rush Hour?
I don't know his name.
And he's like a big comedian.
Yeah, he was in a Medea movie as well. I remember him being in a trailer. But he's a comedian. Yeah, but I've never known his name. I couldn't place.
Huh.
Maybe if we look it up. Do you
Yeah.
think the question is? Do you think we'll know his name after we look it up, or do you feel like it'll be a name that we haven't heard?
Oh, no. I think I'll definitely know. Because he's like a big comedian and he knows like just so many people in the business.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
So I was 50% correct.
He got big. He got huge.
Yeah.
He got jacked. He used to be a skinny guy, but then he got
Dude, everybody gets jacked. I think that's like...
money, man.
Yeah. When
Money, time. And also,
is the realization of I don't want to lose this money now, so I want to take care of myself.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it. And it's your instrument. Doing those roles can be like really, really intense and very physical, some of them. And so you've got to be in good shape to be able to have the stamina and endurance to film some of them. I always thought it'd be cool to be an actor for the sake of like the skills that you get to pick up, and
For roles and all.
yeah, like doing something like Maze Runner or something, or like Karate Kid,
Yeah.
or just anything really with like fighting, or like Mission Impossible, getting to do your own stunts.
Yeah.
Be awesome. I'd love-
Which is what really fascinates me, because you really look at Jaden Smith and well, what's that movie with Jackie Chan he did?
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And then now you look at him now.
And he's the piece of shit.
Yeah, and this is like a huge difference in like how the person, like, watching Karate Kid, I never thought this is how he's gonna look like
Turn
years
up.
later.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So it was,
I really loved that movie.
dude, I never saw the Karate Kid TV show. I never saw when it got rebooted back. The earlier movies. Also, I think I knew who Mr. Miyagi was, but I wasn't really aware of like the craze about it. My first Karate Kid was Jackie Chan and him.
Yeah,
dude,
James Smith.
Amazing movie. They moved to China.
Yeah,
you know,
that's my favorite thing.
You know,
and that's the movie I meant.
Yeah. Like the crazy premise of somebody being like, yeah, dude, let's take somebody like who's like from a black upbringing and take him to like real life
put
China.
him in China. Yeah,
Right? And then he gets a bully who, by the way, is a killing machine.
Yeah, fucking yeah. And the fighting in that movie was great. I wouldn't. You're a tiny kid. He's twice your size and he fucking knows kung fu.
Dude, if you get beaten up by a kid as an adult.
Yeah. You saw After Earth?
After it, is that when
Jaden
he
Smith?
goes? Yeah.
Horrible movie.
Yeah, I was really impressed by the premise of it.
So was I. I thought it was going to be Will Smith.
Like, cool.
I mean, come on,
you had like the suit adapting to the environment and different things, but the story was very weak.
It did a poor job at it. What do you think is going to be the outcome of the new Avatar movie?
I didn't enjoy the last one, so I think this is going to be even worse.
Do you think so? You think it's going to be worse than the second?
Yeah. I think it's going to be, again, like the first Avatar, it was a whole new step into like, oh my God, awesome visuals and a solid story. Not amazing story, but a solid story. This
decent. Yeah, good.
Second one, Spielberg made this, right?
Probably. I think
Is
he
Spielberg
did the
make
first one.
Yeah, he's
it sounds like
it's his series.
It's not who's the guy who does Transformers? It's not Michael Bay.
Dude, no way. Dude, if Michael Bay did Avatar, I would be so happy. It would be so chaotic.
I hate every time I search this movie, I have to type Blue People. It is by... That's crazy. That did not give me the answer to that. James Cameron.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to diss on Spielberg for no reason. James Cameron. I think he got really high to do the second movie where he just got in this basement and was like, I'm going to take a horse and I'm going to take a whale and
put them
what
together.
What if they fuck? And then he just came out with animals and he's like, okay, you caused chaos in one family, now go create chaos in another family.
Yeah, I mean it was very cliche. Well, they didn't need story to get people to come back. Like it was gonna sell, and they focused very heavy on that. I mean, it was a beautiful film. Like visually, it was stunning, and you know that's what you went for. But I left feeling empty.
I felt I was scammed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I came here because, you know, you're a great director and you obviously know how to make like a great movie. Nobody's rushing you to get these out. But apparently I think he said that if the next movie doesn't make enough money, then he
won't do the fourth?
Yeah, fourth and fifth.
I don't understand how you end up with that movie, the sequel to Avatar. You know, it was one of the biggest movies of the decade almost, or at least that 5 years. And they don't get a good story behind it. Like, you already know you're going to invest a few years, probably $1 million into it. Just get a better story. You know, I don't feel like it seems to me it would make more sense to invest into a quality story at that point. Like, what's the investment going to add? An extra 5 to 10% of the investment into it? Fine.
I guess he's just like, I'm gonna spend all this money on like amazing CGI.
FX, yeah.
Which to his credibility, it is like awesome to watch. But yeah, you're right. It's just like maybe get somebody to, because we learned this in watching, what is that movie, Life of Pi. They do like a previs of the whole movie where they just have like a whole visualization, like your grandpa's Nokia graphics, and it just like, this is how this story is gonna play and this is how the movie is gonna look like.
What do you mean?
So before they start shooting the movie, they create like a digital.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
You were
And
saying
so-
kind of like a video game almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And so you have that, and then you're like, oh, this previous is not captivating enough. Oh, maybe I need to work on a better story.
Yeah, and I think like it's one of those things that like once you have to go into it with the right story. I mean, you can't start filming and then be like, oh, we need to change things because you've already fucking done it. So I don't know.
I heard this thing about, actually I read it, not heard it, that it might be like it's gonna get cancelled because people are unhappy that he's using all these like indigenous culture,
Oh yeah.
right, and using their history to like show and monetize based off that.
I won't comment until I've seen it, or like it gives them a. I actually thought that was something that was really like, I don't want to say respectful, but like the natives are beautiful people in the movie, right? Like,
Yeah.
you love and respect their way of life and everything. So if
Yeah.
anything, it's like it's an appreciation of indigenous cultures.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think about that. I was like, oh no, this is like,
It's fucking Avatar, guys.
This is
Come
Pandora,
on. It's
man.
fucking just like watch the spinning plant and be happy about it, okay? Fucking,
oh dude,
not everything needs to be a fucking social commentary.
that was so fun watching their spinning plant the first time.
Yeah.
Right when he like touches it.
And he or the ones that suck in and then it goes, yeah. And then the giant cat is
Oh,
there.
dude, that whole what do you call it? Like that exposing that big animal behind all of those.
So great.
So great.
Great. Oh, yeah. I want to, yeah. Good time. So I actually had this thought. So that's a movie that obviously has an amazing budget, amazing FX. And I was trying to figure out what the budget of this movie would be because all of the, I felt like it had great writing. I felt like it had a really good story. I really liked it. I had a couple issues with it seeing it the second time, but the graphics and everything was amazing. So, but I have a question I want to ask you because it was in French, which I know you hate, and I want to know if you liked the movie or not.
Whoa, buy me dinner first. No, I didn't hate the movie at all. I think the movie was actually a pleasant watch. Yeah, great concept. I had lots of issues with it.
Really, lots of issues.
Lots of issues with it.
How many is lots?
More than 5,
Less than 10?
maybe.
I think that's fair.
Maybe,
I
if
mean,
I'm
even
like-
I had about 5 to 7, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, and
When you said lots, I'm like, what, like 15?
yeah, no, because those then I didn't like. There were a lot of things that I didn't like make an issue out of. I was like, okay, this is just like, just being too picky. But overall, I think it was an awesome concept and the idea of like, okay, this person is in a pod trying to find out where she is and how she's gotten there and who she is. And it being in French did not bother me at all.
No, interesting. Yeah.
It's because I'm trying to learn French now.
True.
So I was like, fuck yeah. In fact, Emily actually gave me a great idea, and that was to watch all Disney movies in French.
Ah, cool.
Right?
Sure.
Because it's like then you don't spend time trying to understand what the context is. You already know.
You know.
And then based on that, you can just focus on vocabulary and getting used to it.
That's cool. That's a great idea, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might do that.
Other than that, the movie was... Yeah, I don't have like major complaints from it, and it was not something that I was, oh man, I'm mad at Ollie, like, oh, he made me watch this movie.
Nice.
Right? Like it wasn't Hardcore Henry. I feel...
What a horrible movie.
Yeah.
What a horrible movie.
Right.
So let's set the stage. So you wake up. I fucking, first of all, I love this movie. I had wanted to see this movie again for a couple years, and I came this close to just like fuck it and watch it, but I really wanted to do it with you and see what you think. So you wakes up in a pod.
Yeah.
In this fucking bodysuit, right? Which just gotta love it, like her forcing her way out of it and then getting sucked into the machine, right? And you wake up in a fucking cryogenic containment or preservation unit, and you have 40% oxygen left, and you can't get out. That's horrible.
That is horrible.
Have you seen Buried?
Buried? No. My only claustrophobic scene on screen that I can always think of is Kill Bill. When she gets in that box under the ground and gets buried in a box.
Don't remember it enough.
Yeah, and then she has to like, this like super iconic scene when then she has to like, you know, finger and like kung fu her shit out of it and like doosh, 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 and then opens and breaks it.
I feel like that's a movie you would love.
Kill Bill?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So much. Like, I still remember I was a young child, and one of my favorite things that happened while I was in India recently was doing an episode with my dad, which I just posted today. And while prepping for that episode, it was just like thinking about all the movies I've kind of like seen with him. And I remember being a child and him showing me Kill Bill. And there's this scene where she like in the end, I think it's volume 1 or 2, and she walks out and she's gone into this like caravan thing towards the end to fight this lady who's already got like an eye patch. And then she pokes her second eye out, and the movie ends with her like walking out, and you just see her bloody feet with I think it's Tarantino because it's a clear feet shot, and the eyeballs rolling.
Because it's a feet shot. Nice.
And bro, and then she squishes the eye.
I don't remember it enough. Yeah. But that probably just like stuck with you when you were a kid.
Like, dude, that's fucking sick. And I was just amazed to see that. Okay, because I'm very claustrophobic.
I didn't know that. You and your mom both, eh?
I think I get it from my mom.
Yeah.
It's more in the sense of like I saw her be scared in a small tight space, so I felt scared. Also, maybe it's a little bit more like I'm more afraid of being in water. There was this one time I almost drowned, so I think something has to do with that. Where
that'll do it.
Yeah, where I was like, oh no, I'm gonna die. This is how I go. And so whenever, even when like I used to play sports, and then say, you know, your friends tackle you while celebrating, and then more people pile up on top.
You
dude.
can't move. Yeah.
Dude,
You
I
panic.
and then I panic so bad. And sometimes this has been a new one where if it's like one of those like longer vehicles, and I have to go sit on the back, the furthest seat in the back
Yeah.
of a car, dude. I started
Really?
to
How
like,
were you in the van? You never seem to have any issues in the van. I mean, that's a pretty tight space.
van's fine. Van's totally okay. I don't know. That's a good point. I have no issues with the van.
Chunk
Because
there.
I think I get like space to like spread my legs
Yeah,
and
yeah.
lie down.
And you have freedom of movement, right? And fresh air, and exit is right there, so you can
Yeah.
get out at any time. Yeah.
I also got like sitting front seat in India when you're on the road. There's like all sorts of traffic around you.
Mm.
So I was like also big fan of Final Destination. So I'm like, oh dude, some car is gonna come and hit me now. Here, oh my god, this is gonna come and get me. And every time I would see a potential threat, I would imagine, dude, if I get like stuck and pinned down in the car, then how do I breathe and stuff, and just thinking about that and that line, I'd be like,
That's
okay,
brutal.
calm down.
I get that for swimming. That happens to me
Swimming?
for swimming. I've got that bit of thalassophobia. So you mentioned Final Destination there.
Mm-hmm.
I know you want to go and watch all of them and then come to the most recent one.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor and just go watch the most recent one. Because I think like by the time you get to the end of it and then you go and watch that movie, you might even be like a little worn out of them, and you just need to understand the concept of Final Destination enough to appreciate in full this movie. I don't think like maybe watch the first one for the refresher and then go watch this, but watch the fucking movie. It's so fucking good. I'll watch it with you. I mean, a really great movie. So interesting. You go into those disaster scenarios, and you're claustrophobic, huh? Do you get that way in like the back of a bus?
Like buses here?
Buses here, I imagine no, because
No.
they're very
There's so much space.
But maybe in like a 12-seater Sprinter van or something like that,
No,
where there's like a few rows of seats.
Because
What about like a super tight subway car?
no, it just like those like seats on the back of a car that fold, right? Like they're not supposed to be seats there, but they were like, yeah, we're gonna make like a 6-people car,
Okay, I know
right?
what you
And they
mean.
added those
Yeah,
two seats, but those fold.
Yeah.
And it's those seats because I think my main issue is like when I don't get any leg space,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, dude, can't move, sir.
Airplanes?
No, airplane's so chill.
Yeah.
So
What do you mean
relaxed.
airplanes are so chill? That's the
Dude,
most ridiculous.
I'm the most.
Well, you just had a great flight.
Yeah. Also, because in an airplane, I have that assurance that if anything goes wrong, there's nothing I can do
Yeah.
to solve it.
Yeah.
So I'm so relaxed in an airplane. Even during turbulence, I'm never like, oh my God, I haven't called my mom.
I wouldn't want that, but that 5 minutes where you're just there, like you know you're gonna die, man, that'd be fucking brutal. So did watching this give you any of that like discomfort? Like,
So I don't want to get into it immediately, but like, yeah, one of my biggest issues with this film is like, at no point do I feel like there is a lack of oxygen, and at no point
that's an interesting.
do I feel that she's actually like trapped in a thing, or there's like a sense of urgency apart from just this AI being annoying. And like, you got 5% left. You got 3% left.
Oh man, being stuck in that situation with the fucking AI, that would drive me nuts. It's like being stuck there in his fucking Siri. I mean, this was a pretty good AI, but there were some things that it just.
It's like, you know, when you're in a group project with like people, and the project has finished
12 years ago.
And once the project
More.
is finished, they still keep messaging and talking about it.
No, I've never had that.
You never had
I've
that?
never
Yeah,
had.
yeah, it's like that. It's like, dude, shit is over. I know.
Just,
It's
yeah.
I'm just gonna silence
Would
the
you like a
notifications.
sedative?
Yeah, would you like a sedative? Pretty much.
So that's interesting that you never felt that sense of urgency or one of the reasons I remembered enjoying this is because I was just so fucking gripped the whole time.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see. It's not a. I don't remember it being a particularly great movie, but you should go watch Buried because it's like very similar. But dude wakes up in like a fucking wood box.
Yeah.
Underground, and same type of thing. He's trying to get in touch and get in contact and have them
Is that
figure
the
out
one
where
where
he
he has
is.
like a lighter and all that, and he's trying?
Maybe
to,
I don't remember. I saw it like 10 years ago, but I'd like to see if you either feel like that sense of urgency or if you feel like the discomfort, because it is a little more like she has a lot of space in this,
Yeah.
and she's also got this super high tech thing.
Dude,
so
she can
like,
move her legs.
yeah.
She can do stuff.
There's a lot.
She can touch her toes. Okay.
Yeah, she can touch her toes.
You're fine.
But I was incredibly impressed by the actress because I felt like she just did such a wonderful job. And so like I understand what you mean from the concept of like the movie itself not necessarily putting you there, but I felt like her performance definitely did. Like I felt like she really made her reactions to every one of those stimulus, like I felt she portrayed exceptionally well the emotional like roller coaster of being in that situation. So I thought it was portrayed really well. So I definitely I was like, yeah, fucking yeah, great. She's gonna
Honestly,
die.
I agree. Like her acting here was actually really good. Um, she does such a good job of just. Also, one of the best things was like it is like what do you call it? A foreign movie, right? And in a foreign language to create that sense of urgency for non French speakers also was pretty awesome, right? And I always think about this like there are definitely like so many words and so many emotions that don't get translated to English as they would be in French itself.
Yeah. They don't have that same type of
Right, the oomph,
impact.
right,
Yeah.
the emotional impact that they would have, because I often see that in like watching like a Bollywood movie and it's like with English subtitles. So okay, now everybody can watch it, but still, it's like there's a difference in like okay, no, this is what he actually meant instead of like
Yeah, it doesn't carry the same weight. And you get that a lot, I feel like, when you... That's why I started watching them in the original language instead of dubs. Like, I used to watch dubs, but then, like, someone made the argument to me, it's like, you just can't carry the emotion the same way. And so when I listen to a dub, and it's like, now I deal with shitty emotion because they're just reading a script behind a microphone and inaccurate text. It's like I'd rather hear the inaccurate text and have that carried by the emotion of the person's voice. And yeah, I wanted to know if she. Do you know if she got any awards for this film?
no,
Like best performance awards or
no, I don't think so, unless in like French school of film.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite performances. Honestly, I was just fucking blown away by it.
Yeah. I wonder, because I think I read somewhere that Anne Hathaway was possible cast
For this?
for this,
Cool.
but I think she was like busy doing another movie, and I was like curious, like there are not a lot of other actors or actresses that I would have imagined that could have pulled such a good performance.
I could
like she
see
did.
Emma Watson or Emma Stone.
Not Emma Watson.
You don't think Emma Watson?
No, I don't.
No?
Like since I don't think I've seen her do anything since Hermione, and I don't think I want to see her on screen do anything since Hermione.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Olivia Wilde?
Olivia Wilde.
She's 13 from House. You'll know her as soon as I show you her.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Is she the? Oh, she's the mother in Time.
Yeah.
No. I want.
I just want to watch her
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Oh, you're still 25.
But I think she actually could maybe do that
No,
role.
I think you need a flimsy European.
It'd be better. Yeah, it'd be better if it was.
A little malnourished.
Sandra, no, not Sandra Hüller. Who's the one who does? She's in the Beast. The love interest in James Bond, the blonde woman. Selene loves her. I'll show you it.
James Bond. Aren't they all blonde?
No.
Yeah.
No, she's the final one. She's the one in the last couple movies.
Her? She doesn't have a lot of expression.
I've watched her in some movies, and she's a very talented actress.
Yeah.
And in fact, this movie, The Beast, I think it was The Beast. She does. It's a much more expressive film.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but no. Maybe you know who? What's her name? The one who's in Ozark. The southern accent.
Ruth.
Ruth.
You mean yeah.
Julia. No,
Julia Garner.
Julia Garner. That's the name. Yeah. I think she would like. No, I'm just thinking, what if she does this, but it's a really southern accent?
Yeah. It's hard to separate her from the Ruth character. She's done really well. Did you see Weapons yet?
No, but I separated her in my mind because of her being Silver Surfer and Fantastic
I don't want to
Four.
talk about it. I still have to watch that movie. Maybe I'll watch that tonight.
Yeah.
You said it's worth it. You said
Dude,
it's worth it.
Great movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's the Silver Surfer?
Yeah, she's
She's the
Silver
enemy?
Surfer. Yes.
Whoa. There's no fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
They cast her as the Silver Surfer?
Yep. But I think she it's like a different name, but same but different.
What year was it? It's not the 2025.
It is the 2025.
Oh.
She's not the
Pedro
original
Pascal with Pedro Pascal?
Yeah. That just came out this year.
They've done like Natasha Lyonne is in it.
Yeah, great cast. Lovely people.
Wow, it's got an 86.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got an 86.90? Oh shit, maybe they actually didn't fuck it up. Maybe you were
Dude.
right this whole time.
Dude. Yeah. It's actually fantastic.
But the one
Whoa! You know
yeah, it
what,
only took them
guys?
4 tries.
You know what, guys? There should be a name. What did you say?
Stop.
Oh, fantastic.
The one they made a couple years ago, though, that was really bad, right? With Miles Teller?
That is
you didn't
more
like
than
that?
a couple of years ago. That was like
that?
super, super bad. That was like,
Okay, yeah, 2015.
yeah.
Did they make one in between those
No.
two? No. Okay,
No.
okay. Oh, so I conflate
No.
those two.
Yeah.
And so that one was really, really bad. Yeah.
That one was...
Holy shit.
Dude.
What do you think it has on Rotten Tomatoes?
15? 10? 40s?
It's got a 918.
918? Yeah.
Oh my god, it's got a 4.3 on IMDb.
And you know who made it?
Oh, we talked about it.
The director who made
Hardcore Henry?
Chronicle.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we were like, they had one big hit and then they was just like shit movie,
Yeah.
shit movie, shit movie.
Yeah, but yeah. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this. How long is it?
This one?
2 hours.
I don't know. Yeah,
Jesus
around that.
Christ, $521 million. Oh no, that was in the box office. I thought that was its budget.
Dude, that would be insane. That'd be too much.
That's why that'd be too much. Marvel movies were what, like 300?
Yeah, 300. 300 is, I think, kind of the mark.
You know what stood out to me at the start of this film? She's a lefty. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
She grabs her left arm is the first one she uses. She wiggles free with that, and you know.
Possibly. I wonder if that's a, what do you call it? A character, like as an actor, she's a lefty. And that's why it was like her first, like, oh my god. Would you panic in that situation if you just wake up and you're like,
Absolutely.
yeah,
But you know what a pet peeve I have with anyone who wakes up in a fucking hospital or any situation. Why do they always pull the IV out right away? It's like, I feel like if I woke up in a situation where I woke up in a hospital bed or I woke up in a fucking cryo unit and I have a needle stuck in my arm, I'm probably going to take a few seconds to get my bearings and figure out my surroundings before I pull the fucking thing out of me.
that's a good point.
You know, and it's the first thing that in all movies, it's always the first thing they do. And like, get out of the bed and I'm gonna fucking run out of here. It's like, what? That's not what you should do.
Dude, also, they never get a head rush. You're like, I get up too fast and I knock myself out.
Fucking A, right? Yeah.
I wonder if it is that they're not sure if this thing is what's keeping
them.
Yeah.
And absolutely, but like, but my two thoughts that go along with it, it's like, what if it's keeping you alive? First of all, you know, and you've woken up, right? So you are now here conscious. It's not all of a sudden, it didn't lapse for 10 seconds, right? So if you take a minute to figure it out and then pull it out, that's fine. But it's not like if you don't deal with this in the next 10 seconds, you're fucked. It's like, no, you can, I feel like, take the fucking few seconds. Also, another pet peeve, one problem with this movie. She had like 8 inches of the IV to pull out. And then when she puts it back in at the end of the movie, it's like, it's so 1 inch. She just, dude.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that. Because you would have had to do the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. I just don't know things about hospitals.
Enough, yeah, well.
And how things work. And I just don't like hospitals. So it's not like I want to go and learn. But apparently she did learn.
Did she?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Work with like medical professionals to be like, oh, how does this work and how does the IV go in? Because the average person, I know in the movies they make it look like doing drugs is easy, but I think it's pretty hard, right? You like
cut off the blood circulation, make sure there's no oxygen in the needle, stick it in, release it, and then release.
Dude, first of all, you just cut off your blood supply of your arm. I'm gonna pass out from that.
Well, I think that's to stop it from spurting when you stick the needle in.
That's also to find your nerve.
Yeah.
Right? And like you do that and then you have to deal with the needle and you gotta consciously put a needle in your own body.
Fuck that. Oh, right. God.
And then the weird thing is like, because I saw it in 13 Reasons Why the first time, but it's like they do it between the toes.
They do, yeah.
Right? And it's like,
haha.
Dude, when she does that, even in the end, I was just, my toes got like cold up and
when I watch a scene like that, I stop, no, stop, why, stop? Mm-hmm. Like, that's always my reaction. It's like a visceral. And there was one where like, there's a, there's a movie. I want to say it's like, it's not. So there is a movie you should watch, and it was surprisingly good. Mm-hmm. It was a Megan Fox movie, a thriller.
So
it was a thriller with Megan Fox, and you really think it's going to be any one of these like B to C tier thrillers that are just kind of like, it's going to have a shitty ending, and it's just going to have a low budget and whatever. It was actually quite a good movie, and I can't say much about it without spoiling it right from the start, but you should watch it. But I don't think it's this film. There's another film where like they impale themselves on like a piece of glass, and they spend like a minute of screen time on the person just pulling their hand out of it, like through it, and like separating their entire. And I can't deal with the gruesome shit like that. I end up fucking watching it between my fingers because I just can't deal.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Uh,
And so the toe scene really made me fucking.
I
Is it
remember
over?
the first time I saw something like that was 127 hours when he cuts off his
Yeah. Oh,
arm.
when he hits the
Right, and
nerve.
then it hits the
Oh,
nerve.
fuck.
I kind of felt that signal go in my head, and for me, okay, I don't mind gore at all. For me, it's like when I see something that's like this is relatable, and this is very possible, and a lot of people just do this, right? Like when I see like people like doing weird drugs or people like just getting hurt on like not, oh, your hand got chopped off, or there's this
Yeah.
movie where he's about to throw a grenade but the grenade blows up in his arm,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine,
Yeah.
that's whatever. But it's like small things of like, okay, when he's like cutting his arm or
Looks
uh
down and the fucking bone is popping out, and then the
yeah,
realization comes to them,
comes
and then
up
yeah.
like, whoa, no, I don't want this. So yeah, it's those scenes. I think one of my favorite things about this movie is the physical environment that they've created inside the pod for a place that can be very like dull and very shallow. They've added so many details. There is so many like the whole like I can just imagine like for somebody to create a set like this where they have to like make a cocoon big enough that we're gonna add all these things and a person, but also have our camera move fluently was like super nice. And I I get it from the perspective where like because I didn't feel that, oh, she's like in a really tight spot. And I think part of that was because when they were creating, because I think the director really wanted to have like a physical environment than just being like a digital, uh, like a screen that they
Yeah,
played
yeah,
on, or
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
green. She could be lying in a green screen tub, right? But they actually created that physical thing, and
Did they with the screens and the monitors? All those were actual
yeah,
electronics. I was wondering.
even to the extent where when she's tapping on the screen, they actually gave her actual overlays that she would tap on while
Oh
practicing
yeah.
her
Oh, that's
acting scenes.
great. I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So she could like get used to the timing and everything, and it just seemed a lot more realistic.
I agree. It was very well done. I felt like the attention to detail there was uh, uh, one of the things that really carry the movie. But I do have a problem with it. And my problem is, why would this unit ever need any of that? Like, right? Like,
Dude.
you wouldn't. You would have your pod, and then all of that shit on a monitor outside of the pod.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why does it need a fucking interface? Like, a really good one is like the bioform projector. It's like, okay, that's really cool. When she's
Yeah.
like, show me
Dude,
myself.
that's so stupid though.
Why, when you're creating a cryogenics pod, would you say, I'm going to invest into adding a holographic display that can mirror the, person's
Yeah.
image back to them? It's like
Yeah.
that would never be there. So it was hard for me to look past that.
Yeah. And it was so funny because you see the camera angle is looking up, and on the camera angle of this AI, you can see her reflection, and it's like you can see yourself. We can do
Yeah,
this
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Why would you go and like be like, you know what? Show me what I look like.
Yeah. And I think like I heard Mike, I was watching something with Mike semi recently, and he said something. He just said, I'm gonna suspend my disbelief for a minute. And I've watched a few things since then, and I've tried to just put myself in that mindset where it's like I'm gonna suspend disbelief for a minute and just like experience what I'm watching.
Yeah.
I think you're really good at this. Like it's hard for me to turn that part of my brain
Yeah.
off when I'm watching films. You love doing it. Like you don't hyper focus
Zero.
on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think that makes them more enjoyable for you. And albeit, I mean, nitpicking those things is very enjoyable for me, but this was a movie like I loved so much the first time. I really enjoyed the second time. I actually had more problems with it than I thought I would going into it again, but when it came to accepting that this environment was unrealistic, that was something that I kind of just had to like
Yeah.
throw out the window because it was going to ruin the movie.
Fuck,
otherwise.
I love this so much.
Yeah, it's like I'm just going to allow it. It's cool, fine. Let her have a fucking hologram.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's the director. What's his name? Alexander Aya. I'm gonna guess because it's French. I'm not gonna say Aja.
AJA.
Yeah, Aja. He. I was so shocked because I thought, okay, he's made this movie. This has to be like a French movie. He's gonna be this sophisticated director, drinks wine, smokes cigarettes, wears a turtleneck on a Tuesday.
It's a lot of assumptions you're making
Right?
there.
He's not. He's this like crazy motherfucker. I still don't know what he looks like. I've not looked into it. But have you seen the Piranha movies?
No.
Have you seen Hills Have Eyes?
Yes.
He's made Hills Have Eyes. The Hills Have Eyes.
Well, I should watch that movie again. I remember it freaking me out when I was a kid. There were two that were routinely on like TV. It was Hills Have Eyes and The Ruins, and both of them fucked with me. But
Yeah.
I was really intrigued by them. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, Hills Have Eyes. I think it's like there's this army unit that goes into the mountains, and then there's this like spooky presence that comes and starts killing them.
It's like a Hills people, right? A Hill people or something.
Yeah,
right?
something like that.
That's brutal.
Right.
Go on.
Then he made this movie. Have you seen Mirrors?
Mirrors.
Yeah. It's a horror movie. Pretty cool concept. It's like ghosts travel through mirrors.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
They have that in Ooh, this looks. Oh, it's got horrible reviews.
Dude, none of his movies have good reviews. And the whole fact that all his movies are absolute just
Shite?
stoner logic.
Or what logic?
Stoner
Logic.
Right? Where it's like there's no like basis of this, but this is just gonna be like a crazy idea, and it's about like survival of these main characters.
Yeah.
It's like Anaconda.
Yeah,
You-
sure.
You know, it's exactly like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have this like super crazy thing that is gonna try and kill these people,
Yeah.
and we're gonna do like things like a lot of his movies like run on the base of gore and like music and tight spaces. Having watched all the other movies, watching this movie, I felt like this is the first time he was like in his like comfortable spot where he wasn't trying to like, oh, I want to like add action sequence, but I'm just gonna do one person. And let me find who the writer is. Christy LeBlanc. She's a Canadian writer. A cool thing I found about her, she was pretty popular on this website called the Blacklist.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know what that was. Really cool website. It's like
I thought you meant the show.
No. It's a website, and it's a website for writers to go and like publish their scripts, and then other people can just come and read them. So it was like she was already popular on that website, and everybody like, yeah, she's a great writer, and then she wrote this movie.
I thought the dialogues, I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Like the whole way through. There were two things they did with the exposition of it, one of which I really liked, one of which I didn't. which was so. I'll ask you a question. Where did you think she was, and how did that opinion evolve for you as the movie progressed?
I because how scientific it was, I was pretty sure that she's not on Earth.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
because of the whole idea that oxygen is low.
Well, she's in a fucking contained unit.
But for some reason, the fact that it was like
You'd
low
be able to
oxygen,
get
right?
yeah. You'd be able to cycle oxygen in. Sure.
And secondly, the fact that she's not gonna be in a hospital. That would be so stupid to be in a cryo sleep in a hospital.
I don't necessarily think that's that outrageous.
Yeah, I don't know how many. It's just like in my head, I just don't think putting somebody in cryo sleep in a hospital would be a smart idea. You'd probably do it in a different lab or something. But
Well, she was. Okay, go on.
because one of the first things she mentions when she wakes up is like, "Oh, I'm in a medical pod. I must be in a hospital."
Yeah.
Hello, is anybody there?
Well, so that's why I asked the question. Okay, and so then how did that evolve?
uh, and that evolved, and then I was like, "Oh, damn, where is she?" Right. So based on the oxygen fact, I was like, and the way she tore out of that thing, like I've seen so many alien movies, and by alien I mean the actual alien was a predator alien.
Did you see Alien Earth yet?
No, not yet. Have you? Is it good?
It was really close to being really good. Other than that, it was a B plus.
B plus. That's not bad, man.
B plus into A for like concept,
Yeah.
but they just, yeah, it could have been a little bit better. Anyway,
I love a B plus movie, especially aliens. You don't have to like
show
go crazy.
series.
Oh, it's a series.
Yeah,
I don't think I watched.
Yeah, you should.
Dude, what is it gonna be? Oh wait, let me guess. Alien, round, long head.
No, well, the reason why I actually think it was quite good was
Yeah.
because they just like they made a lot of decisions. It's like part alien and then part these like AI like cyborgs.
Does it have
and,
one of
like,
the thing that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's part of, but there's so much more. So
Yeah.
I'll give you just like a 30-second premise. The premise is giant space research vessel with a bunch of like foreign bodies
Yeah.
crashes back into Earth.
Okay. Oh, so is it like in Romulus? Basically, in the end, like I think one of the aliens survives or something, and no, maybe they get away. I think
It's
they
not
get
that
away.
ship.
Oh, it's not
It's
that
the same.
ship?
It's the
Okay.
same like like that. It is that alien.
Yeah.
But they really expand on it in a couple like wonderful ways. And one of the main characters is like an uploaded consciousness of a little girl into the adult body of like a robot that is paired with like super intelligence. And so there's like a 4 or 5 of these, but they're all children. And then there's like this one like super genius guy, and he like is kind of in charge of everything. And so they build some really really like strong characters and concepts into the film. They fell short in a couple places as well, but it's worth a watch. For movie.
But what I'm saying is, I don't want to watch Alien for character build.
But you still get all the cool aliens.
Cool alien stuff. Okay.
Do you just not like the alien?
No, I love the Alien.
Oh, then you
love
should
that,
watch
but
it.
I don't want to watch 7 episodes of it and spend 1 hour each just to see that thing that I already know. I know what I want to see, and I just want to see it within 1 hour. I want the suspense. I want somebody to die in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, you'll get that.
And I want to know, like, okay, this thread is here. Then I want to spend the next half an hour that other people don't know what's going on, and this thing is still killing people. Then I need to know one person who realizes, oh shit, I know what's going on. Then still more people die, and then eventually somebody comes up with an idea to run away.
Yeah, you've got all that. All that's there.
Yeah, that's all I need. And I needed an hour and a half.
Well, what I will say is if you like the Alien franchise,
Yeah.
they expand on the alien as a being and give you a bit more like
It's got feelings.
well, it's an advanced species. It's an advanced creature, and so it's hyper intelligent. And so yeah, they expand on that and its individuality as a creature and as a species. So I think they do expand on it well. Anyway,
Sure.
if you've got a weekend to kill,
Cool. Okay. Netflix?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I think it might have been like Apple TV or
Apple TV?
something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay. If it's on Apple TV, I'm a little more inclined to watch it. Apple TV makes really good shows. And they don't do a lot of work to market.
No, they don't. It might be Disney. Hulu and Disney Plus.
Hulu
Yeah,
and
it's
Disney Plus.
Did you see Prey? Which was the most recent Predator movie?
Oh, that half lady.
No, that's the
Oh, praise
that's
the. Oh yeah, praise the. I think I was watching.
Native Girl.
Is it the native girl or is it the predator who's like, oh, he's like not a cool hunter and he's outcasted by society and then he has to go and learn to
No,
be
I
a
think that's
hunter?
the one that just came out. That's
Yeah.
like Predator Badlands. No. This was made a few years ago, and it was like a native girl, and it's like him versus her, and he's on this planet to is like it's their coming of age trial as a predator. You have to go to a planet and then you have to find the strongest predator on that and then kill it.
Whoa.
And so that's like how you come of age. And she, as a in her tribe, she's going through the same thing, right? You become an adult or you become like a hunter or a warrior
Yeah.
in that tribe once you have hunted something that is hunting you. And so they end up choosing each other as their child just by happenstance. And it was so well shot. The action scenes were fucking amazing. It has like a 92% or something around. Really good movie. I've watched it 2 or 3 times. It's you should watch it. You'll love it.
Because I think Predators I haven't been caught up on like I love that, man. Since the first time I saw like Aliens and Predators, both series, like the first movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro, just the thrills. And since then, I don't think there's any of these movies. I wouldn't say that I'm like, oh my god, these are like Oscar movies that I want to go and watch, but just such a good time of like I'm on my toes, I'm kind of scared, and
What's
especially
gonna happen? How's it?
the
Yeah.
Predator movies, he's gets all these like gadgets and things like that, and we'll do like, especially the idiot guys in the movie who just talk a lot.
Yeah.
Right, they always die the most funniest and the most painful
the
death.
best. Yeah. There was a like an Alien versus Predator movie or something, and it wasn't a very good movie. I didn't finish it. I was watching it on a plane, but I think it had one of the funniest jokes I have ever fucking heard in it, and I should go and find it just to watch that. I was on a plane and I remember like dying, crying my eyes out for like 5 minutes. It struck just the right chord. I wish I could remember what it was. I don't. But
one of my favorite things about like that movie Alien vs Predator was aliens blood being like toxic and like acidic.
Yeah.
Right, there's this whole scene where this predator is there in like a temple area where there are like multiple aliens, and he like kills one of them, and then he like turns around to like kind of kill this human being, and this like alien just kind of like jumps from behind, and he just like no look like puts him in like a net, and when he puts him in the net, this alien is like just in pain, and the net is like slowly getting tighter and tighter.
Oh yeah.
And then just like the alien just pushes itself through him to put all the acid on the predator and kills him too. I'm like, dude.
I think I know that scene that you're talking
That's
about.
one way to kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. So basically, just having. Sorry, you gonna say something? Just having this whole in my head being like, okay, I'm gonna cocoon out of it. My whole thing was like, maybe this is not like human at all.
Hmm.
But then there's like, okay, you need oxygen and you're low on oxygen.
Oh, you didn't. You picked up on she might not be human eating.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. But then you see like, oh, it's not oxygen, and then obviously, you see her find out about her own life story about
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, she's a scientist and all. So I'm like, okay, now she's human.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a pod, and then it didn't come to me. Like, I was like, okay, now I'm just in the story. I don't know where she is. She's maybe in the hospital. Maybe some psycho motherfucker has her in a basement.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna find out where she is
Mm-hmm.
until towards the end.
How about when they turn the light and then you see the guy? Did that get you?
Uh, yeah. I not in the sense that I was scared. I was like, what the fuck, dude? What the hell?
Didn't expect that. I really like how they it was like a jump scare. It was meant to be a jump scare, but it had no build up. It was so very sudden. Like there wasn't okay, removing filter now, and then you have that 2 seconds. It was just like remove filter, and then half a second later it was fucking right there. So I asked this question about we were talking about the writing, and I had a really good pro and a really good con. I wanted to know how, because going into it the second time, I knew where she was, right? I knew how it ended. And so I was looking at the exposition points a little bit differently. And when you're like 10 minutes in and you made a comment about it, she's like, oh, I remember like being pulled on a cart. I was in the hospital. I'm injured. That's where I am. I thought like that flashback was a really good way to like use misdirection for the sake of exposition, because you the whole time you're watching this, you've kind of got to weigh that question of like, where is she, what's happening, and why. And so I felt like that was a really well placed point. And I thought something there when you said that about the oxygen being an issue. So you assumed she was in space. The problem I had with the exposition, and I felt like it was forced misdirection, is she kept coming back to this idea of like, I'm underground. Someone's buried me alive. And I kept wondering, like, why would she think that? Like, that... I just it never made sense to me to think like she's come up with two ideas. Her two ideas of I'm in this super fucking high-tech cryo unit because I've been injured based on my flashbacks and I'm in a hospital, or I've been stuck underground by a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't really make sense. But your comment about the lack of access to oxygen does make sense, because it's like, okay, where else would you not have that access? And that'd be underground. But then that also invalidates the idea of being in a hospital, because she could just get the oxygen. So I don't know. I didn't love that decision.
And then if she was underground, if somebody was going to put her underground, why go through the trouble of putting her in this medical pod?
Yeah, right. You know, well, they want to keep her alive for whatever reason, but then like, but why under? Yeah, but
Right? It's like,
it had that idea itself had a few flaws.
So for me, one of the things I don't like, and movies do this a lot, right? It's like they'll show somebody dying or in a bad spot, and for some reason, they'll throw them in a flashback being in bed with their partner.
Every time.
With this one, at least they were not both in all whites and on a white bed sheet and white curtains.
Yeah, you do get that a lot.
But I think the flash
blowing in the wind.
Yeah, right.
The sun coming through.
Right. Like she's walking away,
looking out on France. You know.
Yeah. So this time it was like nice to see an opposite of like, oh, like she's thinking about the guy. And the guy is like playing with her back and rubbing her back with his fingers. And this, I find it always like, whoa, dude, what? Like we don't need this. And somewhere all throughout the movie, all I thought was, if this movie didn't have flashbacks, it would be so much more intense.
They had to build the outside world, and it's like, so she either they this movie doesn't work if she has memory,
Yeah.
right? So they have to build context into the film some way, and I'm not necessarily sure. And I think like access to the internet and access to the files and the data through the machine was a really good way of doing that, because it
Yeah.
was very internalized, but it also like it plays into the concept that they took, which is she is a clone and they have implanted memories. That's what the whole fucking, that's why the mice was there, and that was the whole like foundation of the movie. So yeah, I don't love the flashbacks, but I also don't know how you make this without it.
You just don't. So and yeah, you just don't show it. Like you just you go online, you see your whole history. Then you go online again and you're like, holy shit, this person was there, now he's not there. You don't really communicate. I think till she was not communicating with like people on Earth, which we find out later. Like when she calls the police and all, dude, that's such a bad look on the French police. No network. What are you doing? 2025.
I don't actually think it was a terrible look on the police. I also I'm gonna go along and say the flashbacks were okay, because I feel like, first of all, I think like do you view the flashbacks kind of like a filler episode where it's just like a break in the tension and it's unnecessary and it's just like, you know, undesirable?
No, I think flashbacks are exposition, right? Telling you why this is and what it is, and but it was just like, I wasn't really happy with the piece of information you get during those flashbacks.
I'll agree with that. I also just didn't like the husband's face.
Dude, him with the spots, without the spots, same.
Yo, how crazy that it was all just COVID.
Dude,
It's like,
they abandoned Earth.
oh shit.
Is that why Elon Musk and Bezos want to leave Earth?
Well,
Of COVID. Uh, but just the whole idea going from like, okay, we're gonna make like a survival film where this is about like I'm struggling. The movie forgot about the oxygen.
no, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do have a problem with the oxygen that I'm going to touch on in a minute. But I don't necessarily agree. I actually think like the world they built, the explanations that they used to support it, like the police officers lying because they needed to protect this secret from getting out, and like I thought all of that was very reasonable. There were a couple problems that I had written down, which I then deleted after I was reinformed about this. I didn't remember that exact part, but like when they were saying we just spoke to the company and the company said the pod was destroyed 3 years ago, I wrote down a note. It was like, they would have known it was in space, right? But they were doing a cover up. So,
Yeah.
and the planted memories and her trying to figure it out. I mean, there was a lot of the movie where it was just her trying to be like, where the fuck am I? What happened? How am I here? What is this? What are these things that I'm seeing? What does any of this mean? And so, it's just this added element that you as the viewer are also getting to like figure out the puzzle, because she's trying to figure out the puzzle.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like she either has no memory whatsoever, and so she's just like a complete like empty canvas, and so she's learning everything through here. That works, but I feel like they do a lot of that and then they balance it with the flashbacks, because she has some memory, but it's very
So
tangled.
sure, yeah. I do see that point, but just like being a clone of a scientist, it was not even that she was not smart. but just like the whole scenario of like, okay, the world's ending, and that's like just the payoff. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say, is like the payoff of finding out, oh, the world was ending, so it made it clones and sent them to space, was so
What's wrong with that?
so disappointing.
It
And
makes sense.
the
At
whole,
least it makes sense. You know, there's so many fucking movies, especially movies like this, that end and it's like, but that's not how that would go. Like but that doesn't work, right? I mean, fucking that was all of In Time. Like
Yeah.
half the movies that we've watched are all just, but that's
and-
not how that.
but see,
But that doesn't make sense.
But see, those are sci-fi movies, right? And that's what this is.
But it made sense.
But that's the whole point. Like, just this idea that, oh, we're gonna make all these clones. Okay, bro, her
What's wrong with that?
and her partner were not able to have kids,
You want them to send themselves?
huh?
Would you have preferred they send themselves? That makes sense.
Yeah. No, clones make sense. You know, we're old, we're dying, and then that explains having the rats, because
Yeah,
they were doing
yeah,
cloning. Because the
totally.
whole point, I was like, dude.
What the fuck? Why?
Where is PETA when you need them? Right? Who's suing Alexander Asha? Right? And being like, dude, because the movie starts with the rat. And I'm
It does.
like, what happened to oxygen, dude? And I kid you not, this whole movie, there was not one time when I was like, dude, she hasn't figured out breathing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, and then this robot is like, your oxygen is low. And it was it was just. So I'll ask you this first. Do you think, because I tried to find how much this movie cost to make, I couldn't find it because it was not made into like a cinema film.
Interesting.
It was just like made by Netflix.
I wanted to know that.
And so there's
yeah.
no like return as well.
Yeah.
So there's no profit and loss. But do you think this is a movie that one would enjoy going and watching it in a cinema? Or do you think this is something that is good
No,
for just
this
an
isn't a
OTT?
cinema movie. This movie got greenlit and made because Netflix exists. This never would have existed in a fucking theater.
Theater?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I think it was,
I think that's unfortunate, but
yeah, I think it was credible to be, it was good enough to be a cinema movie.
I think it was good enough to be, but I don't think I don't. I mean, 15 years ago, maybe when the
Yeah.
only movies that came out were cinema movies. It's like, is this a good enough movie where, you know, if it had come out in cinema and then people watched it and then after the fact you say, yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense that was in cinema, but I don't see this movie getting made for cinema.
For cinema?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Because I was reading this thing about Spielberg talking about how these movies that are produced for OTT platforms should not be, what do you call it, counted for Academy Awards.
Oh yeah, I've heard a little bit of this commentary going.
Right? And I was just like curious, and I was like, this is honestly like a really good segment to add if like a movie should have been made in the cinema or just an OTT platform.
What's that? OTT? OTP?
It's like one time something.
Okay.
Yeah. OTT.
OTT.
Yeah.
OTT services use the internet to stream content going over the top of existing internet service provider networks without needing a separate cable subscription.
So what does it stand for?
Over the top.
Over the top. Okay.
When you said that, it's not. That is not the definition they thought I would get, but it looks like that is the term. Literally, the first thing I see is a Reddit post. Can we please stop using the term OTT, which doesn't really mean anything? Yeah, the term used worldwide is streaming. Yeah, okay. So, Yeah, no, I think I think that's I don't agree with it because look, it's a film is a creation, a film is an art. People are acting for them. People have their performances. I think they should be respected and recognized. If you want to create a secondary, it's like the Special Olympics. You know, it's like, okay, it's not. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I should. I'll stop. No, but it's like, no, it's not the Olympics. Right? I'll stop.
It's
I'll
special.
stop. Actually, well, I meant. Actually, yeah, okay. It's kind of like, no, I'm gonna stop talking. It's Paralympics. Actually, Special Olympics is the organization, but it's like an indie game versus a AAA game. Like an indie game should still be able to qualify for
Yeah.
Game of the Year
Yeah.
if it's recognized as a creation that is good enough to be considered Game of the Year. Same with
Okay.
these. If you have a performance that is respectable enough to be considered a top tier performance,
Yeah.
it should be recognized as such. And I think this was. Like, I truly think this was a spectacular performance. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So-
agreed. It is spectacular. Okay, actually, that was too far. It's fun to watch.
Was it fantastic?
Wait, what did you say? I love doing that.
Fantastic for this medium?
Oh, dude.
Shit. Or was that
Nice.
over the top? All right, I'll stop.
No, don't stop. You're on
Keep
fire.
going.
You're on fire. You've dug yourself
Was that
out
one
of special
Special?
Olympics.
Next segment.
Next. Okay, so let's see what other people would have thought about it. Rotten Tomatoes. What are your guesses?
Oh, I've been waiting for this. I've done everything I can to avoid spoiling.
Yeah.
So I know, deducing, I would have watched this movie because it probably had good enough Rotten Tomatoes. I think it probably had like. I'm gonna throw a couple in the dark and then see what I want to say.
Okay.
What I want to say, like initially, I'm thinking like maybe like a 63 to 68, and like a 74, or maybe like a 60. I think like mid-range 60s, 65, 65, give or take 5.
60, then that's critics and so critics
Yeah,
and
give or
then-
take
okay.
5 to 10 in there, 8 range, so 65 to 73 in both, and it'll mirror. I think they'll probably, or if I want to give it like the score that I would like or hope to see, I think it'll be like, I don't think it'll get over 80 on the critic. It should. Maybe like a. It's French. No, I think that's like, I don't want to, I'm going to go with that answer. I'm going to say it's going to be in the range of 65 to 73 both sides, but I want it to be like 78, 84.
Okay. So your guess is for
I just gave myself like a 20-point range.
that is a smart way to do it. The audience score
Somewhere between 0 and 100.
was pretty great.
Yeah.
74.
Yeah, 74.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the critics 90.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. I'm so
Yeah.
happy to hear
Yeah.
that. And you know what?
A waste.
And it's a oh no, but it's a happy ending, but it's sad. So it was a 90-74.
Yeah.
Was it? That's wonderful. So happy to hear that. Yeah.
No, I feel like critics are stupid.
Nah.
And the people have shown them.
I'm happy that the critics gave it a good score. What did I say on the yeah. So well, what do you don't like that score?
Huh? I don't. 90? No. Come on. 90? Ooh.
Well, it's not a 9 on IMDb. It's different.
It's like 7.6, I think, on IMDb.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
Right.
so
I
the
think
equivalent
that's,
would maybe be like 8 points.
I
yeah.
think that's a reasonable score for this movie, where it's like, yeah,
76.
yeah, 76. But critics often do go, when it's a good movie. Okay, I'll take that back. When it's a fun movie to watch, the audience usually scores higher than the critics, maybe. And then when it's like, oh, this is like a cool movie and a lot of thinking went into making it, and oh my god, this cinematography, and obviously French, everybody loves wine, and it's
ton of wine in this
Exquisite.
movie.
Exquisite? No.
Exquisite.
Exquisite.
Yeah.
I'm learning French and forgetting English.
Just
Amazing.
You were saying?
I should post that on the channel's Instagram.
I wanted to play it randomly during this episode. But it's on my phone. So I couldn't. Yeah.
Dude, finally our episode is shot on iPhone.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be cheesy and start adding it to the thing.
What, the Apple logo?
No, just like shot on iPhone.
Shot on iPhone? Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Oh well, I mean.
I'll do like 1500.
Well, what is that? What's that? Camera.
Huh?
That's not an iPhone.
That's okay. That's my iPad.
Well, we omit that one.
Yeah, that's my iPad.
Oh, well played.
But I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about when she listens to like she hears while talking to somebody over the phone, and she's like, "Oh, there's somebody behind him who's talking."
Yeah,
to him, right.
Well, I didn't love the angle of like mistrust that she had for them. Like, I understand she's who's done this to me, and so it makes sense that she went there. But and then it turned out they were playing against her, but it felt like backward logic. Like, it felt like it went like, we're gonna have this in here to explain the conspiracy, as opposed to the other way. Like, so I didn't love that.
I think a lot of the things that happens is for the sake of the story to go on and move forward and develop further. I don't think.
Well, that's anything. That's any film. But
it doesn't seem like, okay, you can say like, okay, like her thinking, oh, what's going on here? Like, I'm pretty sure I had a husband, right? That can be seen a little forced.
yeah, so they and I wonder if that's just because of like the style of film itself, where you have something that's so narrow and so contained. Like, you have just so many different ways to create exposition and create plot in this like contained world. So in a movie like, and I'll mention In Time again, where it was like, I feel like I'll say two things. So in Time, one of the problems that I kept having was, if you remove any of those plot points, the entire movie falls apart. Like, any of those things don't happen, the movie falls apart. This is not that. If you remove any of those pieces of exposition, the story itself becomes a little less full and well-rounded.
The robot AI could just be like, bitch, you're in space.
So there's one plot point that actually. So I'm gonna finish that thought.
Go on. Sorry.
And that's also true. But yeah. Could have gotten it, but I'll suspend my disbelief. Right? But so if you take out any of these pieces of exposition, it becomes a little less of a well-rounded story. But the general line, start to finish, stays intact. And I felt like a couple of the exposition, there were one or two pieces that felt forced. There were one or two pieces that maybe felt unnecessary or like convenient, right? But okay, kind of has to be there to give. They want to build a world into it, so I'm okay with it. I think overall I'm okay with it. I like the way the story and the world was built, start to finish, and that's why I was okay with the flashbacks, because it explains everything, and so I think it's okay. But there is one really problematic concept that they had in here. Concept might not be the right word, but she's on these phone calls, right? There's two, actually. They connect together. She's on these phone calls, and then she's talking to herself, right? She's like, we're going to lose service in 10 minutes. That's super fucking convenient, right? Like, she's been drifting into space and this all happens, right? Obviously, this crash happened a little while ago or whatever. Maybe it didn't, but this all happens. And so she's making contact with people 10 minutes before she's out of range. I don't know how I feel about that. And then I'm going to back this up with something else. Two other things. So it makes sense that she was out of range because 10 minutes from then was when she was set to go into hyperdrive, right? Because at the very end of the movie, boom, right? Okay, fine. That makes sense why there's a time limit. But do you remember how long she had been on the spaceship, Sparsh?
How long she'd been on the spaceship?
How old was she?
How old was she? I don't know.
She was 11 years old. She had been on the spaceship for 11 years.
Whoa.
Do you remember where she was in relation to Earth at the end of the movie?
Time-wise?
She was next to the fucking moon. You're telling me that it has taken her 11 years to get from Earth to the moon, and they only have 10 minutes to talk on the phone because she's about to be out of range. I call cap with all of that.
Maybe that's why the French space program
is
a little bit special.
They're a little behind. Oh, God. It's not fantastic.
This is not fantastic.
They're 2-4 behind. So
yeah, okay. I that's funny. I actually didn't know about her age and the time frame between her. I just know that okay, she's a clone when she was young, and then she's now really old and grumpy, and she's giving. And the funniest thing was because it's made in 2021, so when she was giving her speech, everybody had masks on.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah. Well, it turned out to be a pandemic. So yeah, there was that, and there was so you made a comment about the for a movie that's called Oxygen, they certainly seem to forget about the oxygen a lot.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I make these comments. Like I think we were in Time's a great reference point. We were talking a little bit about like the amount of time it would have taken her to run and how it just like didn't align with the time that they imposed on her. Like and the solution to that problem was like just give her a little more.
Yeah.
Right. Like you can refine that flaw by just like changing the time that's in the script.
Yeah.
And they have all these different segments where like an amount of time has passed and her oxygen has gone down a certain amount, and I didn't care enough to go and do like the math.
Yeah.
I was halfway through watching and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna find all the different changes in like oxygen, be like how hard was she breathing. By the end of it I was just like tired and like I was enjoying the movie and I was like, then I did. Fuck that. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's amazing because the math doesn't line up.
Dude,
right?
There's this moment where she's like, what?
yeah. Well, she spaces out. Yeah. But the loss of oxygen there doesn't make sense. Okay, so what do you have?
So when she starts and she wakes up at 35%. She's been told that you're gonna last 72 minutes.
Yeah, moderate consumption.
With moderate
43
consumption.
at current.
At current, the way you're behaving.
Yeah.
She doesn't calm down at all. Right? The sedative, right? Comes at 29%.
Okay.
Right? There are a lot of things that have happened between her finding out how much time she has compared to the first time we see the sedative come out from the machine. Because I think that's when she's trying to like break something. And then the sedative comes. Then she falls asleep and she's like, okay, I'm gonna try falling asleep. I think this is like after the first French phone call that falls through. Then she starts hearing those music and birds and then gets into the flashback. She's down at 23%.
Yeah.
She's been told that she's only got 17 minutes left.
Come on.
Right? She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? The police call and be like, we didn't find your husband. She's got 15% left
Yeah.
then. So that's already like almost 9% gone in a small span. Then she has another husband flashback. It's the whole thing. You find out everything that happens almost to the husband. They show like, oh, they were trying for a kid and everything. 14%, only 1% gone down. Calls her mom, 5% left.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. And then she spends like 20 minutes on the last 2%.
Right, and then after spending those 20 minutes, then she learns about, oh, this is what actually happened, because she gets the password and everything and then can unlock, and then sees the screen, 4% left. Then after finding out this has happened, she's not using more oxygen because obviously she's just gotten calmer now. She is like, okay, let's try again to like solve for like fixing the issue in the system.
Mm-hmm.
Where she like, I'm not gonna give up, I'm gonna find out. Right, it's at 3%. Then she does everything, decides what machinery to kill and what to allow, which I don't know why the AI couldn't just help.
Yeah, really. Or recommend the oxygen rerouting.
Like, oh,
yeah.
you're trying to. Why didn't it just do it in the beginning? Then she hallucinates rats at the end of her feet where she needs to plug the IV. That's 2% left. And then she spends the whole time just like lying down, the last 2%. Then I was like, just the way the percentage went down, except for the AI just being like, oh, you only have 15% left. She never talks about it. She's never like, oh, how much oxygen do I have?
Well, she is constantly being reminded, and there is the visual, right? So there's a visual reminder.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, like, she does ask once or twice, doesn't she? Yeah. When she's on the phone with the cop, Milo, how much time? So there's an instance or two in there, but so yes, you and thank you for so. You know how we solve this, right? This is where this is what I feel like is really I respect a movie that takes the time to get rid of continuity errors, and it's just like, just do the fucking equation. Like, just run the math. It wouldn't take long.
Yeah.
Right? And just change a couple of the fucking numbers.
Yeah. I just felt the whole time that like I didn't feel claustrophobic at all throughout the movie. So I was like, that was the whole, like, the oomph factor was supposed to be that she's running out of oxygen, but we're not talking, like, she's too focused about her dead husband instead of finding a solution how to get out of here. She's been through this whole emotional roller coaster. She's being electrocuted multiple times. She's she's like, I'm gonna remember by putting a needle through my arm to my hand, and all of those things. I'm not a scientist, but I think cause heavy breathing and would probably increase your oxygen intake, so you would reduce oxygen a lot faster. But that inconsistency was there. But
and she never takes the fucking time to calm herself. It's like, come on.
That whole time, like, she gets those small wins when the French people pick up, and then they don't, and then the call falls, and the call falls like 21 times. And one thing that I did like about the movie was it did its best of not creating random exposition, but all it did was, the whole focus of the movie was that it was trying to answer everything it was giving you.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
think
that
that's well said.
Made it like a fun movie to watch, because it was a fun way of like, yeah, okay, sure, the robot could have answered all those questions on its own, but because it did, it set up things and then did a pretty, not everything, but almost 80% of covering everything they set up. and giving you like a satisfaction, like, okay, this is why we did it. This is why she couldn't see outside because she didn't have the main admin password,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or she first thing when she gets the password, she's like, open the door, and then her real self is like, don't open the door.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
can't tell you, but don't open
yeah.
the. And
Yeah.
then she's like, okay, no, I'll tell you. Don't open the door. Like, dude, just tell her that you're in space. Like, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I feel like the movie did such a great job of like making sure that no kind of like no stones were unturned,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Very good job of
And
that.
everything was like given.
And I like the logic. I thought the trains of thought and like her natural there's a word that I have in my head, but I don't think I want to say inquisitions, but I don't think that's the right word.
Hmm.
But I think
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I think
yeah,
that's
I
the right
think so.
word.
That
Yeah,
fits,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What does
I
that
just
mean?
keep thinking of Spanish Inquisition, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm conflating the two. I'm like, but then I'm like, but you're
This
to
is
be
positive
inquisitive is like the
inquisition.
questions that you're asking. So yeah, and I thought like all of that kind of makes sense. You know, I felt like the questions that she asks herself to try and figure out her situation, and then like her reactions to these flashbacks that she has, and like, why am I thinking about this now? How can I use that? What can I figure out? Who can I call? Call the police?
Yeah.
Yeah, like all that does
Yeah.
kind of
Call,
make
call her
sense.
husband.
Right? Call her husband? Yeah, sure. So I feel like, and then when she does kind of get those missing pieces, she takes like good logical steps next. So she starts rerouting things, and so I thought that was well done.
Did you have any like scenes that stood out for you or dialogues?
Yeah, there were a couple. I loved the "Would you like a sedative?" I counted how many times they used that line, and they did it 6 times.
6 times. That was
And
pretty funny. The first time it came, I was like, "Damn, dude, you're gone."
so that was pretty good. I had a couple haha. Yeah, when she's trying to break out and it shocks her and
Yeah.
it just says bioform preserved. I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of funny. And then there was also the charitable euthanasia program. It was just a great term for it.
Uh, those are actually good ones. I loved. So I think they had somebody who voiced for the AI in real time because she was shooting alone. So I imagine like that's why I really loved her acting because being all by yourself in this one position for hours, and your director's like, "We got to do that one again," right? You're like, "Okay, makeup team, come on, clean the blood." Right? And so there's this one dialogue where the AI is like, "Would you like to know your diagnosis?" And she's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Sorry, we don't have your diagnosis."
Yeah,
And she's like,
yeah.
"Stupid."
Well, what the fuck?
Yeah. And like there was 3 really cool cinematic shots. One was as she went away out of connectivity while talking to mom. The camera zooms out and it's all black everywhere except for her inside the pod. So that was like a nice like isolation thing. The second one was when they actually show like, oh, this is a spaceship which is like flying
Mm-hmm.
and it's going with this like parachute thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then it becomes like an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the eye that it becomes, it transitions into her
To
eye,
her, yeah.
right? So that was like really fun too. And the piano playing when the husband is playing piano. So when the husband is playing the piano, that is, I think, the first time I kind of got back into the story. There's another movie I saw recently where I felt a lot the same way. Oh yeah, it was The Handmaiden. It was like a Korean movie that I saw with Hyun, and the story goes, and then it's not doing enough to keep you captivated until it gives you like another hook,
Hmm.
and then you're like kind of drawn back into it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're kind of like, okay, now it's doing its own thing, and then you give another hook, and yeah, those twists really did help to get you back into like, oh shit, this is cool. Okay, whoa, the husband's actually not there. Because first I was like,
yeah.
she is kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was surprised by the quality of the FX as well. Like really, very well done. Yeah, I felt like the cinematography overall was great. Just solid watch. So what do you rate it?
What I rated?
Oh,
So I have issues with it,
okay.
right? This is obviously our bitch fest. Uh, okay, so I don't want to repeat. Or actually, I'll just read how it goes. First one was obviously she knows a lot more about science as a clone, even though her memory is supposed to be gone and coming back. She remembers everything about science, but doesn't remember anything about her. So
Those so I don't know the scientific reason
yeah,
behind this, but I do know that to be kind of like a trope of movies that play on memory, and I believe that's because those memories are stored in different places. It's why like you would remember how to tie your shoes, or
yeah,
you would remember language. I think like learned knowledge is stored in a different place than like memory is,
yeah.
or raw memory of your own like visual memories, if that makes sense.
Yes, but it's my thing against the trope itself. Like I do uh, love. I think I learned it from Invincible, the clone paradox, that every clone thinks that it's the
Oh
original,
yeah, yeah,
right? So I love that part. But apart from that, a lot of the times I don't like clothing because of the fact. Maybe you're right, and there is a scientific reasoning behind it, and I 100% agree that there are different parts of the brain that do different things and control different, and you can turn one thing completely off. And like people have dementia, they don't forget how to like walk, but
yeah,
they
yeah.
forget everything about themselves. So I agree with that part, but just for me, I always think whenever I see like a clone movie or like, oh, my memory got vanished and now slowly when I do things it starts coming
Mm-hmm.
back. I always pick on the fact that why can you do all these more complicated intricate details about, say, like the pod and what the pod was and
Mm-hmm.
how the pod operated, right? But not know about, like, my husband died.
Well, if you lost your memory about who you were tomorrow, do you think you'd be able to operate a smartphone?
Well,
I think
apparently I
so.
should be.
I think
It's a
so.
smartphone.
Uh,
But I personally don't think I should be able to.
you think you would just look at it like it's you've
Yeah.
never seen it? What
D-
about how to type?
Yeah. Yeah, because
I don't know. I think,
I would forget language, and then it's like
but
Google
you don't forget
Gaga.
language. You know how to
But
speak.
that's the thing. It's like when your memories, you know how to speak what? You only know,
Yeah.
would I speak English or would I speak Hindi?
Yeah, I don't
Right?
know. I do think there's a scientific backing for
Yeah.
this, and
Like
I
some
think it would actually probably argue against your
Yeah.
point. But
100%.
um,
And so many times I wake up or I'm walking somewhere, I'm like, dude, what if I forget how to walk?
yeah, yeah. But I can agree with the gripe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second one was, and I'll bring this back later to my final one, but the injection. When it comes out, why did it move so much instead of just like it comes out and it like goes here and then like no.
Yeah. And why does she wait for it to hit her to? It's
Yeah,
like just no.
Also crazy reflexes, and that's also one thing where I felt it was not in such a tight spot because she could like Muhammad Ali that fucking
Yeah.
injection.
Speaking of Karate Kid.
Right. I already talked about electrocution not causing like oxygen depletion.
Yeah,
Right.
should have.
Um, I was not happy with the makeup team because sweat on her face was not consistent
Hmm.
throughout the movie.
I didn't notice.
I felt like being in a closed space, she would, because
Be
especially in a
super hot.
spaceship,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Right, with like most systems down, but AC's on.
Well, well, she turned off like 1600 processes. So
Yeah.
actually, internal temperature control would probably be really important in a cryogenic unit for the preservation of life form. So that makes sense.
But then how do you control temperature without, like, it's has to be air that goes in and out?
Well, it's heating and cooling of the air that's there, which could be done through some form of filtration. I don't know how
Yeah.
an AC. There's um
How things work.
is it like Game Changer? I think it is with Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it's a
yeah,
game changer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching. There was a clip of it the other day, and I know, quick sidetrack. He and his wife play a game where like they'll just suddenly point at something and be like, "How does it work?" Right? And he was
Ah.
talking about she points at a TV one day and says, "How does it work?" And he just completely couldn't fucking answer the question because like we just don't know. So
Yeah.
the reason I mentioned this is because I don't know how a fucking cooling system in AC works, but I could also understand that there could be some form of cooling and filtration system that can work with the air that it has available
Yeah.
to it, as opposed to relying on something external.
True. Yeah, I mean it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Could be like a packet. They're like
Fuck
cool
it.
hot air. Fuck it. Nate Bargatze, he has like a great bit about how things work, and it's about like him talking. If I traveled back, if I would travel to the future, I couldn't really prove it to them that I'm from the future.
Yeah,
because
'cause,
I don't know
yeah.
how things work.
Yeah,
And I
I've
was
seen
like,
that.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Um, this was a big one for me. This took a point away. These are fucking smartest scientists on planet Earth. They've understood life is doomed. We're gonna send these people to this random planet. And dude, engineer guy designed this like fucking dragonfly wing that falls and sees that it falls around.
It's a seed from I think a maple tree.
Is that how it's
That's
shaped with the wing?
Yeah.
No, but is the the maple
Yeah.
leaf
I think
trees?
it's a maple tree seed.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw it first. I'm like, dude, this is like
We have
Iron
them in
Man.
the East Coast.
Dude, in Canada, they should have it everywhere. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then that's how they spread. They can fly.
Ah. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. But okay, so the guy still like gets the idea from the seed and then designs it. So he's smart enough to like Tony Stark that shit, right? Not even in a cave. He's got a house. He's like well off. Both are well off scientists. He's in the army doing something. Uh, they did not see there's an asteroid flying in the path.
Next to the moon.
And they have a name for the asteroid. They're like, we know the name. They call it X375.
Poorly. So, there's it could have been hard to trace. It might not have been big enough. It could have been so far away from the Earth that they were unable to effectively scan or predict, and like shit happens, right? So, in terms of like shit that can go wrong in space and not being able to predict every asteroid, like that's totally reasonable. But the things that are associated with it, yeah, that's a problem.
Right? And it got me thinking, like, dude, nobody's want to go to space because, like, if this is the example of we're going to space and we can't find out, dude, imagine you sold off everything. You sold your mom's gold dentures, everything. You sold your dad's kidney. Everybody's gone. You sold every thing you've ever owned and got that one ticket. You know how they had in 2012 that one ticket to the ship. Now to go to like space.
And boom,
Fucking
asteroid.
wiped by an asteroid that nobody saw coming.
Well, that happened with James Webb. Right after they launched James Webb, they got hit by a little bit of a meteor shower, and there was a lot of fear at the time that it was going to fuck up the project and fuck up one of the mirrors. They managed to realign it after the fact. It didn't end up being a big deal.
So it's all like sperm.
No.
You don't know if you're gonna survive or not. You just shoot for the moon.
Oh my god.
Second thing about the asteroid was that why did it randomly hit on the side? And if it hit on the side, did it just go all the way through? And if it went all the way through, why did it not break things more? And if it did break things, why didn't like things get like sucked out like a, not necessarily like a vacuum, but just like the way it is shown that, oh, this asteroid came and hit.
Well, because those units, those weren't in a vacuum pressured like containment. Those were in the vacuum of space. So when they got hit, they can float around in there.
But just like the way the asteroid would have hit, would have like it's. I don't think it's like if this is the circle that they're flying through, right, and that's like controlled by like a parachute out here. I imagine that if an asteroid comes, it's not coming right through the middle and then hitting in the side inside, but it's like coming on the outside, hitting through the outside, going in, and then maybe exiting, maybe not exiting.
Sure. Well,
right?
that's what happened.
But there's no asteroid when they zoom out. There's no rock inside the spaceship.
Oh, so something. When I was at the Houston Museum, you could have a piece of plastic, a tiny plastic pebble that big, and it created a dent fucking that large in a sheet of metal that fucking thick. So the velocity and rate at something that's I think the problem that I have with it, actually considering the scale of like what the hole seemed to be, and there was no exit. Yeah, they were talking about a big fucking rock. So I'll allow that. I'll allow that point.
Coming back to your guy with the hole in the head. Who fucked his head? What asteroid or what was his robot like?
He just got fucking.
Dude, can you imagine being that one clone who's like,
just get fucked. Just get fucked. Never had a chance.
Because it makes sense. Like, okay, an asteroid came and it fucked up like 80% of like the pods that were in there. And
no, not many. It only fucked up like 400 of like 11,000.
Yeah, but it was like, dude, you got to be like super unlucky that.
Yeah, you were the one who got the fucking rock through the head.
Yeah, and conveniently ends up right in front of her thing.
That's come on. It's a little convenient.
That was funny. Second last one. If her and the husband could not have kids before, while being on planet Earth, because they show like, her trying, right, and not working, and then the husband dies, and he's like, "I'll see you later," because now they've like given the swabs and everything. Maybe not. Maybe it was never about the kids. Maybe they were trying. Were they trying? No, she does have a pregnancy test in her hand, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not wrong, right? I'm not misreading the situation.
There was a pregnancy test in there,
right? And so
I don't remember the significance of it. I don't think there was much about the kids. I think it was just like part of her life,
right? And that's what I thought. But then now I'm just thinking like, oh, maybe they were trying to like decide if they should like clone their cells or not, or like he has a disease and he's gonna die eventually, and should we do it or not? But my memory, I think, is still like she's in the toilet with the pregnancy test. They're talking about trying. She's like sitting on his lap also. I'm like, ooh. But if, say, I can't have kids, and that's in my DNA, do they fix that into the clones.
Probably. Why not?
Right?
If they can.
If they can, yeah. Because I was like, dude, then you're sending two other
infertile
people,
clones.
infertile
Yeah,
clones
yeah.
to go reproduce.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's a good point.
Recolonize the new
That's a
planet.
good point. Yeah. No. So let's assume yes.
Let's assume yeah.
They figured out cloning. They're probably
Yeah. If there are any scientists, please let me know if the brain memory thing and if clones can be fixed for infertility. Because I could use a
And what's the
clone.
rate of cellular degeneration in a clone?
Yeah, true. I don't know.
I think it's faster.
Faster. Yeah.
That's why the clones we've had, they die. I think like that's a problem with
right
clones.
now.
Anyway, what's your last?
Last was mainly just like there was no claustrophobia for me. I was really hoping for it. Because I think that's why not having the flashbacks would have made things more intense because you would have just been more connected to the situation in hand, which is like no oxygen. If I'm running out of oxygen, maybe I'll try doing the calling the cops once or twice. But I would, if I know what type of not okay. She doesn't know exactly because she only knows the serial number of the pod and everything. And then I was like, she could ask the AI about more details, but then the AI could be like, oh, you need the admin password to know all these details. But overall, it's like the AI could have saved her life on its own.
So many times, yeah.
And the AI's job was to be like there to take care of them, preserve bioform. And so
and it's obviously fucking capable. So
and it's dying in front of you, and you're like, oh, I don't know which machine you can turn off or what functions can you turn off. And then she's like, let's just turn off all non-essential ones. I'm like, why did you just think of that now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So just critical thinking, I think, was lacking. But apart from that, apart from all the things I've said,
so you give it a 7.
that is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
That is the 7.
That's a good review for you. That's a good rating for you.
Yeah, I had a good time, but because all these things I didn't mention also, like, they're not something that really take away fun from the movie. The main things that took away were the lack of oxygen, which takes away what I imagine the whole premise was about, and there's no lack of sense of urgency being felt as an audience member. Second one was just like the whole idea of making it cliche in the end, like, oh, these are just like clones going to space because we're gonna die. And the third one was the AI was pretty stupid.
So yeah, so the clones to space makes sense, I think, just as like, okay, that's their explanation. Fine. It could have gone a different way. That's the way they went.
What about young people in your land?
And so yeah, I think like you could have taken and so
Well, 2 people and sperm.
now you could make the case that she was they were doing a lot of work on clones, but it was controversial. Maybe she just cloned herself because, she was the special scientist who kind of, and he was the architect of the spaceship, so they were like really important, so they got cloned. Maybe there were a lot of people on the ship who weren't clones who did, so, but the what was the first point you made? AI was stupid. The first one that you said?
So my first point was like lack of like sense of urgency.
Oh yeah,
coming from like
I agree. For a movie about being stuck in a container where you're running out of an oxygen, and a movie being called Oxygen, the focus point of the movie should be urgency around the oxygen. Yeah. The only counter to that I would provide is coming out of it, I agree. I never really feel that intensity, but what I do feel is her reaction to the stimulus. And so I think the movie is not necessarily about the oxygen. It's about someone waking up in this situation. And so it's actually about them trying to figure it out. The oxygen is the reason why we're watching this happen, and we're watching her and she's going through this, but it's not about the oxygen, it's about her, right? We're getting enough reminders consistently throughout the movie about the oxygen so we can stay in tune, but all of the most intense reactions, a lot of the most intense reactions that we get from her are right after the oxygen, right? The times where you feel the most connected to her and her emotional state is when she's going through that realization, oh, I'm running out of time. Oh, I'm about to die. So it actually is also kind of about the oxygen. I think you could make that argument. Third one about the AI being assuming that we have, before GPT, it would be reasonable to assume that like the tech maybe can't think independently or outside of the box for unique solutions to the problem. And instead it's just operating around a simple input-output rule. So in a lot of the ways, like further on when she gets control and further on when she starts doing more complex things, or it's like, so there's one, when she's in the realm of this is something that can be done, she gives a lot of really specific focused requests and those get done, right? But there are very few points in the movie where like the AI has autonomous thought, right? The only time, or one of the times I can think of, is when he like boosts the signal strength of the phone call, right? She doesn't have to request that. It kind of just does that automatically. I'm sure there's another one or two in there where it thinks autonomously, but I would be willing to make the argument that this isn't like a independently operating system we have now with like GPT, but instead just like a super fucking advanced, capable, access to a lot, input-output machine. So
Okay. But so its main logic point and function is to preserve bioform.
And so, yeah, it should have been able
And
to.
he's like,
It should
let
have
me
been able to
sedate
do.
and let me electrocute this bioform to preserve it. So then
Yeah,
it can
I
just
agree.
be like, okay, so to preserve you, your oxygen is dying. I do like these 10,000 other things that are not really helpful, right? Maybe I'll give you
You
oxygen.
cut the
Cut
I
the
think
oxygen.
you're right. You're right. The behind logic is flawed. Yeah.
And it's a very interesting point because now with ChatGPT, just like Alien and Predator both have now their movies with some sort of advanced technology involved. A lot of movies coming nowadays, that's the whole selling point is like, dude, crazy AI. Take over the whole Mission Impossible last two movies were just AI,
Yeah.
right? And so we're seeing different variations of AI, but when you get AI in a movie, because we've had AI in movies like for a really long time, but now it's like a more tangible and we understand it better, so we have like more expectations. So that's a really good point, that it's not like, oh, it's gonna think on its own and be like, hey, would you also like me to save your life?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Yeah.
she didn't
It's
ask.
gonna be it's stupid. And so like one of the first notes that I made was like being stuck in this situation with this tech that isn't doing that critical thinking,
Yeah.
where it's like being stuck with Siri. It's like, oh fucking, why are you so capable but so fucking stupid?
Yeah.
Like just fuck, work, like be better.
Dude, that would be crazy if you're like having to pay for like membership and it's like, oh, you can get like the cloud AI pod, or you can get the the open AI pod, or whatever, like Gemini AI pod.
They could have slipped in like a subscription option, like just as a
Subscription
joke.
option. Yeah.
You do not have access. Would you like to upgrade to this service? Yes, you do not
Bro,
have access.
imagine an ad. Can't skip this ad.
Yeah, an ad. They could have done something there. I think opportunity. All right, so you give it a 7.
Your
So
score.
I
You love this movie.
I almost want to give it a 9.
9?
And I'm
Go
not
for
going to, because I think I'm going to give it an 8 or even like an 8.2, because I want it to be a little higher than 8 for an enjoyment, for a movie that I truly genuinely enjoy and love and will watch more than a few more times. 9. I want to say, but I'm gonna give it an 8, because it is slightly flawed. But I think I think there's a lot of reasons why
she crushed it, man. I think she crushed it. The director did a great job of making this movie. There isn't any points, I would say, in the movie where I was like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Everything kind of like supported each other. It was very well focused. Overall, like I said in the beginning, like it was a fun watch. Like I didn't feel like, oh, my time was wasted or anything. I had a good time. I enjoyed it, and I also felt like, yeah, I would like go and watch it in a theater. How much would you pay to like sign up for something like this, that like they'll clone you and send you?
I don't want to get cloned.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do I get? I don't get fuck all out of that.
But your consciousness can also
To upload my consciousness to a clone and then get sent somewhere.
That's
to upload my consciousness to like a
because
that's a conversation for another day, but it is something that intrigues me, and I would probably the one thing I'm scared of. I'm scared of getting stuck in translation and something going wrong with the transport, and so you're in like a fucking digital purgatory or something, and also then you're kind of in a system that can be controlled. So that's and you know, you could be fucking imprisoned or tortured. So there's a lot of ways that can go wrong. But it's a thought that really intrigues me. But there would have to be a lot of fucking safeguards before I even consider that shit. So I don't know. And there's got to be a way to kill yourself, like to just say I'm done. I want to turn off.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have, what do you call it? It's like nowadays where it's like you'll get the idea that you're in control of this thing that you're inside, but if you're signing up for something that gets your consciousness into something else that you didn't create from your own hands, dude,
I don't know.
You're doing porn.
Yeah.
No questions asked. You're gonna be like a sex slave in a dungeon in space.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Safeguards? Who needs them?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Protection is for the weak anyways.
Oh, man. Speaking of kids.
Speaking of kids.
Overall, should definitely watch. We'll watch again.